Welcome back everyone to the podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in last week and for all the new likes and subscribes. We really appreciate it. We have a fascinating guest with us today, someone who has built a strong reputation connecting people with messages from the other side. She has a huge following online with a 100% recommendation rate and is well known in North Wales for her honest, accurate and down-to-earth readings. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. And now we'd like to welcome psychic medium Bernice Davies.
Hello.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm very good, thank you. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you. It's nice to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
So to start, for anyone new to your work, can you explain simply what exactly is psychic medium and what do you do in a reading?
Okay, so psychic medium, there's various psychics. So let me explain that to start off with. There's psychic and then there's psychic medium.
Yeah.
And then there's also angelic readers.
Okay.
So psychics read the cards, the oracle cards or the tarot. Psychic medium connects to the spirit realm and speaks to those that have crossed over, but also speak to the angelic realm, the angel realm, and also speak to higher deities and gods. Whereas a psychic just reads the cards. Yeah. And then you have an angelic reader who'll just read angelic cards like angel cards and things like that. Did you want to know how I run the readings?
You could do, yeah. Tell us a bit about that.
I try and get people to come in and relax them to start off with, ask them what they want from that reading, their expectations. And then I try to ask them, do you understand what I do? And if they don't, I will explain who I am and what I do, which is speaking to the spirit realm, bringing my guides to bring their guides and their loved ones across so I can communicate with them. And then I'll ask them to shuffle the tarot cards. I like the tarot cards. They show me where they've been, where they are and where they're going. And then the rest is psychic connection. And then we just compile that reading with everything coming in from spirit and they get their answers.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating.
It is. Truly is.
So tell us a bit about your childhood. Did you have any unusual experiences or feelings that looking back now maybe you realise were signs of your gift?
I had many difficult visions and many difficult dreams, shall we say. So I think one of them that stands out the most is when I was about 6, I used to go up to my granddad's with my dad. And I think my dad thought I was playing with what I was seeing in the beginning, you know. I think he thought I was just making things up. Yeah. But then I started to describe these people in my grandma's home. There was a cook and there was a gardener. And I saw them all the time. And he described what they wore and what they were saying. And it was only then that my dad realised that I was telling the truth because these people were there when he was younger.
Okay.
So I had described them to the T.
Wow.
And he knew who they were. The farmer was called Jack.
Okay.
So he knew Jack as a child, if that makes sense. So, and my grandma and my granddad had a stately home. Wow. So they had servants, you see.
Wow.
So going back, it was only then I think my dad realised, okay, she's got something here, you know. So that was interesting.
Was supportive then?
He was very supportive, yeah.
I guess some people might not believe in something like that.
A lot of people don't. Yeah. And it's a shame because the spirits are just across the veil. Yeah. You know, they're not there to hurt us, they're there to guide us, which is what we need most of the time, isn't it?
Lovely. Yeah, you definitely need that. Where did you first notice you had this special ability? I know you said back then, but was there another moment maybe in your life?
I think probably the first time I saw spirit, which was when I was 4. Yeah. I knew something was going on, but I didn't understand exactly what it was.
Very young.
No, it's telling me to move on to another one. So I've wrote a book of my childhood years from when I was born up until 16, and it's called Simply Spirit. So that describes how I go through childhood, learning what spirit is and their interactions with me. Yeah. And I did see some very difficult visions, some negative, some demonic visions that I saw when I was younger. I didn't know how to handle it, which was very scary. Yeah. And I had this reoccurring vision. I would wake up, I would go downstairs, and I would see a man's head in the rocking chair that we had. Just his head, nothing else.
Quite scary seeing that.
I was about 8 at the time.
Yeah.
And then the vision carried on night after night after night for months and months and months. And the more it went on, the more I saw the person.
Okay.
And I only understood that dream when I was about 36, which is a long time to try and discover what it means. And what it actually means is that it takes time to train yourself to understand what you're seeing and not to be scared of it, because it is fearful, especially when you're younger. You don't know what to do with it and you're frightened of it. Yeah. And my dad always said to me, just ask them what they want. And I used to be terrified as a child. Just ask them what they want. And I thought, as I'm older, I understand that now.
Yeah.
Because when we do say, what do you want? Normally, spirit will mellow. They'll relax more, and they will tell you usually they want help or guidance, or they want to connect with someone. They're not actually there to frighten us. And a lot of them come across in their, what I would call a death state, how they crossed. They'll give me physical pains in my heart, my lungs, or wherever their problem was, what they passed over with. And that's how I know how they crossed. They're not doing that to give me pain. They're doing that to show me how they suffered before transition.
That must have been scary the first time you felt that, though.
It was. I think the first time I had it in my heart, I thought I was having a heart attack.
Gosh.
I really thought I was having a heart attack. And it wasn't until I saw the full vision of the person that I understood it was spirit.
Okay.
I actually thought there's something wrong with my heart for a while. But no, it wasn't. But it takes time, and that's what the vision meant.
Okay.
So as you go along through all these months and months of this, eventually I saw the whole person, shall we say, the whole gentleman. And his last words to me was, remember what you see, remember what you seek.
Oh, wow.
So I've always sort of held on to that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because what we seek is seeking us.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's the fear sometimes that gets in our way from stopping us doing what we really need to do.
I know that one.
Yes. And I was like that for many years. I was very fearful of it for many years, very scared of it in the beginning. But you would be, because you wouldn't know what to do with it.
I guess some people might see that as like you're being anxious or something, or they might think it's mental health and things. How have you addressed that skepticalism kind of that?
I've been called all sorts.
Have you?
As I'm sure you can imagine. I think when I was younger, especially around my 19, 20 age, there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I think then I thought I was going totally crazy. But it wasn't. It was spirit and my gift growing, and I didn't understand that fully. So yeah, I've been called all sorts, that I'm crazy, that I have schizophrenia.
Gosh, you must have to have very thick skin to be able to do what you do.
Well, when you've got a gift like me, you just go within and you seek your own counsel.
Yeah.
And you seek your counsel from your guides and your loved ones on the other side.
Yeah.
And because of that, I keep a small circle of friends, because there's another side to that of what I do. People want things from me because I can guide them. I can give them answers for the future.
Yeah. They take advantage then, don't they?
Some people can. Not everyone. I do have some really good friends. But some people have in the past.
That's sad, isn't it, though? But that is like in everyday life, isn't it? People
It is in most jobs, isn't it? It's not just mine. It's in most jobs. People will take advantage of what they do and say, oh, can you come and do this?
Yeah, we've experienced that through our business as well. So I know how that feels. It
goes everywhere, doesn't
hard.
it?
Yeah. So did you ever doubt your abilities and think, am I imagining any of this?
All the time.
Okay.
All the time when I was younger. And when I first started, because I used to read for friends and family all the time when I was younger. But then when I started doing it for clients, after every reading, I used to say, why didn't you do that? Why didn't you get this?
Yeah.
Why was you so slow in picking that up? I really used to criticise myself so much. And I used to panic so much. And Spirit used to say to me, why do you put so much pressure on yourself? You need to trust what is coming through.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until clients were coming back and saying, Bernice, you was right about this. This has happened, you know. So it's only that gave me the confidence to understand that, do you know what, I've got to trust what they're giving me. They're giving me it for a reason. Even if the client doesn't understand it at that time, they will understand it when that time comes. So that's good.
Because I guess you second guess yourself sometimes then if they're not giving you an answer there and then.
Yeah.
You'll question it, won't you? So
yeah, I did question it a lot. And there's one particular reading of a gentleman, and he was looking for his father. He was. And his father, never knew his father. And this gentleman was in his 60s. He was quite old, you know. And he said, I don't know how you're going to do this, but this is what I'm looking for. All I've got is a name.
Okay.
I said, okay. So let's, come in. Let's see what we can do and see what I can pick up. So we go for the reading. And then Spirit showed me the United States flag.
Okay.
And then they show me 2 women. And then they say that the gentleman was in the army, but he was in the US Army. Okay. So you know where this is going, don't you?
Yeah.
So this gentleman, when he came out of the army, he had a family in America and he had 2 daughters.
Wow.
And he told his 2 daughters about this gentleman that he had a son. And it wasn't until 18 months later, the gentleman came back to me and said, Bernice, I don't know how you did it, but you're spot on. We found each other.
Oh, isn't that lovely? It's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Lovely.
And I was sort of like, wow, the power of the spirit, you know.
Yeah.
And it was just so real and so easy to give. And that's when I know it's right, you know, to give it. And just getting that validation back.
That's so lovely, isn't
they
it?
found each other is amazing.
I bet you've got loads of stories like that.
Yes, I could write a book on them, I think.
You should, maybe. I could add to your collection.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. What was it like before you became a professional medium?
I've got 4 children.
Yeah.
And I was on my own quite a lot from 2007 with the children.
Okay.
So a long time bringing them up on my own.
Yeah.
And I worked in retail a lot of that time, but I became to hate it. It was just chasing the money, I guess, like a lot of us do with jobs. We chase the money to feed the table, don't we, and keep a roof over our head. And it wasn't actually until my dad crossed over in 2015 that I said, Bernice, if you don't do this full time now, you never will. And that's what I did.
Wow. Must have been hard working in retail with your abilities as well.
Very.
How did that impact you?
It impacted me a lot, really, because I would feel and see spirit around people all the time. And even with staff, I would know what was going on with staff before they said they had a problem.
Wow.
So that was difficult sometimes,
Yeah.
especially with your being that manager as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can't push them to the point of tell me,
Yeah.
you know, they've got to feel comfortable to want to do that.
Must be hard to know it's putting the boundaries in place, isn't it, really, with it?
I think as psychics we have great, I would call it an honour, but I would also call it that we have to walk that tightrope of keeping that balance of professionalism and not letting things be said in the wrong way.
Yeah. So how did your family and friends react when you first started talking about your gift? I know you've touched upon your dad.
Yeah. My sister was very black and white.
Okay.
Quite a negative person, bless her. She always complained, always. So she was always sitting on the fence. My older brother passed away when I was younger.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And my eldest brother, when my mother left when I was 6 years old.
Okay.
So she took him with her. So there was only really my sister and my dad. My dad understood it, and he used to always say to me when I was doing the readings, he used to say, "How's that psychic thing going?"
Oh, bless him.
So I think he was quite proud of that.
That's so
I
lovely.
think he had a gift himself, but he never admitted it. I'm sure he did.
Did he? Oh, bless.
Yeah.
It must run in your family then.
It has to.
Yeah.
It has to.
Do you know anything about your ancestors and all that at all?
I didn't see my grandparents apart from when I was younger.
Okay.
So my grandfather passed when I was very young, at 4. And so it was only my grandmother, and I never knew my grandparents on my mother's side.
Okay.
So very small.
Yeah, so you're not that sure, really.
No.
Just amazing, because I always wondered, do we pass this down, or is it
does
just
get passed down?
It does.
It
Okay.
does, yeah. And usually they choose who they want to pick it up. But everyone has the gift.
Yeah.
We're born with it. It's just that everyone doesn't utilize it or is fearful of those feelings, which is understandable. I get it.
Because it is scary, isn't it?
It is. It is. Been through it. I've been through it all.
Let's talk about the experiences that you get as well. So what happens when a person sits down with you, like for a typical reading? You did bring that up at the very start of this episode, but let's get more into that. So what happens? So if I was to come in and have a reading with you, can you explain it?
When someone comes in with me, I usually see the spirits that's with them at the front door. We go up to my reading room and I get all I can say to you is like an itinerary of the person, who they want to contact, what's troubling them, and basically how I can help. And then most readings, people are looking for guidance to get through things, or looking for contact of someone across. So I just open up after I've settled them down and we've shuffled the cards, and then I just start giving what I get from what my guides bring over with the spirits. And usually it is all about getting to the next step, and it is all about peace, and it is all about unconditional love, because that's what spirits work with, and angels work with, and higher deities do as well. So it's all about getting that person either through something, or sometimes even giving somebody the last message that they missed.
That's
hard. It's difficult as well.
Yeah, that must be really hard. There's a lot of pressure on you. Or I guess it's an honour too, isn't it?
It is an honour. And with a psychic, you have to hold the emotion back, otherwise you'll cut the connection. So I have to try, and even though I know it's upsetting, and especially when it's children, it's really upsetting, but I have to hold that back, because if I don't, I'm going to mess that person's reading up, you know? So I hold it back as best as I can. And if that emotion becomes too much, I just refocus on my heart chakra and go again.
Wow.
Just to make sure they get what they need from it.
Yeah.
And I always ask them, please ask your questions if you want to ask, because it is their reading and they need to get the most out of it, you know, so that they will come back.
Does it have a mental and physical effect on you after?
It has a draining effect on me, but it's always the day after, never when I'm doing the readings. But it's a bit like catch up, you know, say like you've been to the gym for 6 hours, you'll feel tired the day after. So it's a bit like that.
I guess because being empathetic and all that, and also when you're connecting to the spirit and all that, you're getting all their energy, aren't they? And that must be very exhausting.
You're getting the energy from spirit.
Yeah.
You're opening up, so you're using a higher energy in your own body. And then you're connecting with the person that's here, so you're feeling all their senses. Yeah. So it's like 3-way hitting you.
Overwhelming, isn't it?
So,
I bet you must feel quite overwhelmed. Do you have any techniques that you do at home, like to ground yourself after it or anything?
Yeah, I use a light switch effect. So I just switch off. Click, click, click.
That's good.
That makes sense.
I guess it gets easier with practice, doesn't it?
Yeah, much easier.
Yeah, because it's hard to switch off things like that.
It is, but I always tell people, they always say to me, how can I start to silence my mind, shall we say? And I always say, do short meditations, 5 or 10 minutes to start off with. Don't overface yourself with an hour-long meditation, because you'll either get bored or you'll fall asleep. Yeah. And then it doesn't work. So start with little things. And
I'll be taking that advice, I think. I'll be going home doing that tonight after this.
And then just build that up. Build the time up. And the more you do it, the more you will learn to silence your mind and get all these thoughts out that cause people so much trouble.
That's interesting. I'm going to start doing that. I did try a bit of mindfulness myself, but it's hard finding the time. You have to be quite strict with yourself, don't you?
Well, Spirit always tells me, Bernice, there's always time.
Yes, that's true.
We just don't do it right. Does that make sense?
It is true. So on your Facebook page, because before this I had a little bit of a nosy and had there was a thing that caught my attention, and it said about like entertainment purposes. So your page mentions readings are for entertainment purposes, but also that they are accurate. Can you explain a bit about that, like the legal side of things?
The legal side of it is that the government are not really into psychics, or they say they're not into psychics.
Okay.
So we have to say that this is for entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
That being said, the government and many other countries hire psychics for remote viewing to gain intel, if that makes sense. Yeah. So although they're saying we don't believe in this, they're actually using them in the background.
It's fascinating.
So
it's,
but we have to do it, and we do it, and those people that come, they know what they're getting is the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but we have to put that on for legal reasons because of the government. Yeah.
I was just interested to find out a bit about that, because I know some people would wonder that as well, because they see it as you're going to do a performance or something like that, and it isn't like that.
No, not at all.
No,
not at all.
So what is the most common thing people are seeking when they come to you for a reading?
Yeah, most of it is financial.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it is breakups.
Yeah.
Shall we say, how do I get through this? How am I going to cope? And most of it sometimes is should I stay in this relationship? And I always say to them when we get to that point, do you want me to tell you the truth? And they go, yes. And I'll tell them the truth, whether it's good or bad.
Okay.
Because if I say, oh, yeah, your relationship's fine, you're going to be okay, you'll be fine, 5 years, you'll be back on track. And then they deplete and they separate and it's a terrible time.
Yeah.
They're not going to thank me, are they?
No.
So I'd rather say, do you know what? You need to make your decision by this month, or this year. Because if you don't, it's going to come crumbling down anyway.
It must be hard on you, actually, to put the dates and to tell them that advice as well.
It's not.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
No.
Because
I guess you trust yourself, don't you, so much?
I trust myself completely, and I trust spirit completely.
Yeah.
So I know when they say to me, 4th week in November, I know it's 4th week in November.
Wow.
And I've had many validations coming back going, Bernice, you was right. It happened in April. Yeah. We've done this. We've moved. We're back on track. Thank you so much for your guidance, So I know it's true.
It is amazing, though. And to be able, because I've had a reading from you and I know it is true. But some people are open-minded, so...
Yeah. Some people are scared, which I totally understand. And some people just do not believe. And that is their choice. I'm not there to push it down anyone's throat, shall we say. But I do like helping people.
Well, you have a good reputation. I know that. And you see your people commenting on your posts and stuff. And you also do lives, don't you?
I do lives on Facebook every Tuesday.
Can you tell us? Tell us a bit about that then.
So the live shows is my way of giving back to spirit. And it's a way for people to get readings that haven't got enough money to pay for the readings. So with the lives, I open up. I use different cards each week. I always use angel numbers because they love the angel number cards. And I always use a set of oracle cards, whether that's angelic, or sometimes I'll use animal ones. Sometimes I'll use witch ones. I just vary up as to what I'm feeling. And then I let everyone come on the live, and then I would just start shuffling my cards, and then spirit will say where I'm going, and I'll pick the name. Well, should I say spirit will pick the name, and then I give that person a reading.
Is it
on the cards
different doing it online than in person? No. It just works the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big myth that people think we're reading people's minds. We're not. We're actually speaking with the divine.
Because I've experienced that myself as well. Like, you've given me a live reading as well, and I think that's amazing because how you are drawn to the people, and because people comment, don't they? And then I guess you just, you know what you're doing.
Yeah. I'm just drawn to them. So when people's comments are coming up and their names, I'm looking at those comments, and spirit will go stop on that person's name, and then I know it's that person I need to read for.
Yeah.
So it happens very quick though, but that's took years of experience to do that.
Yeah, I bet.
Do
you like doing that then each week?
I love it. Yeah. I do love the lives. Everyone loves it, so it makes me happy.
Oh, do you have a lot of people tune in?
Yeah, we have a lot of people.
Can you give me a rough estimate number?
So I think last week we had 50 people on, just over 50. And we had 900 comments.
That's amazing, because you've got a good following, haven't you, behind you? So you're obviously doing something right, aren't you? Everybody loves you.
Yeah, I've got 2,170 followers at the moment.
That's amazing.
Which is good. I'm really proud of that. I'm trying to get it up to 3.
Wow. Do you do any other things on social media other than the lives? No,
No, just the lives.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing anything else?
Yeah, I've thought about doing meditation on lives, and I thought about doing healing on lives. It's something that I'm looking into next year.
Oh, that's exciting.
To do. But I want to do that more on my Psychic Bernice private page.
Okay.
So you'd have to join to come in.
Yeah.
That way it's more personal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Rather than just on Facebook. I mean, it is on Facebook, but it's a private group.
It gives people a bit more of an incentive as well. And you feel safe, don't you, I guess? And it's a community feel.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
And it's nice to see the same people coming back, you know. It is really good.
It's because they love you and they want to support you, don't they?
It's nice. I'm lucky.
So have you had any life-changing readings you have given to people? You have touched upon that already, but I'm wondering if there's any more stories.
Yeah, there's quite a few that stick out to me. I'm trying to think which one I should go with next. Okay, they're telling me to go with... There's a gentleman that came to me.
Yeah.
He was an older man, 72 he was. And he was at that point where he was sorting his affairs out, shall we say, where he was going to leave his palace, shall we say. And he'd been in the army, and he'd done a time over in Ireland when it was bad, when the war was there, shall we say. And he had great regrets over that. And then as I was working with him and channeling, this little girl came forward, and she was carrying a daisy. And she was only a little blonde child, only about 4 or 5. And she had these beautiful blue eyes. And I said to him, there's a child here from your time in Ireland who wants to tell you that it's okay, and she wants to give you a daisy. Well, he cried and he cried and he cried. Wow. And I thought, here we go. And then when he stopped crying, he said to Bernice, I've been waiting for that validation for 30 odd years or more.
Wow.
And he said, I had to make a decision over there. He said, and it's a decision that he regrets. He had to make a split decision as to send the bombs in, should we say. And that ended up killing this little girl.
Oh, gosh. I feel goosebumps. It's awful.
So he was very guilt-ridden with that.
You would be, wouldn't you, with something like that?
You would be. And she came to give him the daisy for peace. And she came to tell him that it was okay.
Wow.
And that she was at peace now. And that he didn't have to carry that burden anymore. And I can tell you now, Tania, after he stopped crying, he looked younger.
Wow.
That's the only way I can describe it. He looked more at peace. He looked like the worry was taken away from him.
The weight would have come off his shoulders, wouldn't it?
Yeah, completely. Wow. We don't understand that guilt, anger and blame affects us so much.
It does.
And it can really mess your life up if we don't work with it, you know. And it is all about working and healing and moving forward. And getting through the difficult things in life. Because let's face it, life is difficult at the best of times.
It is. It certainly is, yeah.
It is.
That's such a nice story, though.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was emotional.
I bet.
But it was worth it for him. Yeah.
Wow. Like, knowing the good you do in this world is just, it's amazing.
I love my job.
But it's not a job, though, is it really? It must feel like just living life, isn't it? And
it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying. Find a job you love and you'll never work a day in your life.
That's, when you know you found what you're doing.
Yeah.
You found your right path, haven't you?
Yeah.
So let's talk about what we've got in front of us here. Okay. The books.
So the first book I wrote was my Simply Spirit Here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That one.
Fall off now with me. So this one is it's in a series, and this is from my being born up to 16. So that tells all about everything I encountered, trying to work out what was going on with me. This sat on my computer for 2.5 years. 2.5 years it sat there. And then I got very poorly last.
Beautiful book.
When was it last?
Let me show you all that.
last October. Yeah, I got very poorly last October again with the chest.
Yeah.
And I was in hospital for some time. And then I came home and I sat down in my front room in my easy chair. And Spirit said, right, you can write that next book now, can't you?
Wow.
And I was sort of like, what? They said, the angel book, you've got nothing to do. You might as well write it. So that was my second book, which is
this one.
Which I'll pick this one that's bigger, isn't it?
Show that.
So this one.
It's this one.
Yeah. So this is all about working with your angels. The 7 archangels, I call them the angels of light. And it's how to meditate with them, how to talk to them, and how you can bring them into your life.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a really good book, and you can go through it and learn the techniques, and it will bring you closer to the angelic realm, which then will guide you through your daily life. It really is an interesting book. So everything's in there to connect with them. So you have one affirmation to bring your angel forward.
Yeah.
And then you have a meditation walk with them as well.
Wow.
So it just shows you all about them. Now there's 9 ranks of angels. So that goes into that as well, about the 9 ranks of angels, to explain who they are, how we can pull them into our lives to make our lives a little bit easier.
Wow, that's interesting.
And then the 16 weeks, no, it wasn't. It was this one. Sorry. I do apologise.
Got a few, haven't you?
Yeah, it was this one. I woke up.
Oh,
Isn't she beautiful?
it is.
She's absolutely lovely, isn't she? Try the Egyptian cat.
So cute.
With 2 tails.
I've just got a kitten actually recently, so that's like, I need that for my little boy.
She's got two magical tails, she has, you see. And she's lost her goddess. So she's on a journey to find her goddess, you see. And she meets friends along the way.
What a lovely little story.
Yeah. So I woke up one morning and I woke up saying, try the Egyptian cat with 2 tails. And I was sort of like, where's that come from? And then a guide came in and he said, I'm Joseph. I'm the one that will help you write.
Wow.
And I was sort of like, okay, let's go. I was sort of children's book, let's go. And I wrote that in about 4 months.
Okay.
And the Angel of the Right, I wrote in a week.
So it was meant to be, wasn't it?
It was meant to be.
Definitely. Yeah. Wow.
And then the final one was this one, which is the 16 weeks to enlightenment.
Okay.
So this is basically a course in a book. So this takes you through 16 weeks and it's got 2 bonus sessions with it. So it's 18 weeks really. And it takes you through the basics of learning to speak with spirit. So from the very beginning of protecting yourself, opening up, closing down properly, takes you through techniques of how you open up to spirit safely and how you can get the most out of spirit and your guides.
Oh, wow.
And then by the 16th week, you can actually communicate with your guide and they will communicate with your loved ones in spirit as well.
That sounds interesting, that one.
So it is.
Wow. And
all the documents are in there as well that you can focus on to and understand what you need to do. So I'm very proud of the books.
You should be. You've done really well.
I'm sort of like, I've been wanting to do this for years and I've never done it.
I
never thought anybody wants to read that, but the Simply Spirit book, I've got so many people coming back to me going, wow, Bernice, just wow.
That's amazing.
When's the next one?
So where can people get these?
Amazon.
Yeah?
Yeah. Or you can buy them direct from myself if you contact my page.
We'll talk about that at the end as well, because I think you'll have a few people wanting to get some of them.
I think so. Yeah.
Do you sell them quite often then?
Yeah,
they go
they're going okay.
That's good.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's rewarding seeing your work, being out there. And
yeah, I think the most rewarding part is that people want to read it. Does that make sense? It's all right me typing away and putting down, but it's do people really want this, And that was my this with the Simply Spirit. Do people really want to know what I was doing?
I think that was the self-doubt kind of thing, maybe.
Yeah, completely.
It's like we always bring this up in loads of our episodes, the self-imposter syndrome thing.
Yes.
We all get that, don't we?
Yeah, we all do.
And it's stepping out of your comfort zone to put something out like that.
It is.
And it's being vulnerable, so.
Yeah. It's a journey, isn't it, life?
Yeah.
I feel it's a journey. I feel there's certain gates that take us to places where we don't want to go. And then there's certain paths that take us to where we should go. But
we have to experience the bad, don't we, in order to appreciate the good and that.
Completely.
Yeah. It's like a roller coaster.
It is. It is. Yeah.
You're there going, I need to get off it, but it's funny.
Let the world stop.
It is.
Yeah, I get that.
So what is the most rewarding part of your work? What keeps you motivated every day?
What keeps me motivated is knowing that I'm giving that person the guidance to change life, or to adapt their life, or to bring them peace. That's what keeps me focused. And to be honest, I just love communicating with spirit because they're so amazing.
Yeah.
And they give me so much vibrancy, and they guide me all the time. They're always with me. I talk to them all the time. Just like friends, like we're having coffee, if that makes sense.
That's nice.
And I'm just at ease with them. And most of my guys have great sense of humour. So that's good. So they keep me on my toes, shall we say.
Do you hear them then? Or how does it work in that
Both.
sense? Okay.
I hear and I see them. So I can see them both ways, either in my third eye, through my third eye here, or I can visually see them. Depends how they want to. I prefer not to visually see them because they just pop up.
That must be terrifying.
Yeah, so I prefer to see them in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
But I do hear them, and they will give me a push if I'm getting a bit lazy. They'll say, come on now, that's enough.
I think I need that in my life.
Get going, So they will give me a push, but they're there to guide me and keep me going, I guess.
That's nice though, knowing that you've got that comfort and support and the love all around you, isn't it? Because we forget that sometimes.
We do. And we forget do you know what? We forget how beautiful we are. And we forget that we have a beautiful soul. And we let people tread all over our heart for the wrong reasons.
It's true.
And that causes so many issues in people.
Yeah. That is where a lot of people's issues stem from though, isn't it?
It is.
It's from other people impacting how they feel, isn't it?
Completely.
So what's the biggest myth or misunderstanding people have about psychic mediums?
I think the biggest myth is, like I said before, that people think we're reading their minds and we're not. And the other myth is that don't speak to the psychic when you go in. So by doing that, you're ruining your own reading.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to sit there and not say anything through the whole reading, you're not going to get out of the reading what you want.
Yeah, because people do that, don't they? They come in and they say, don't say anything. Like I've always thought you just say yes or no.
No.
But I didn't know. You don't know.
No, people don't know. And I'm not asking them to give me information of what they want. I just want them to answer me.
Yeah.
So I know that I'm on the right track.
Yeah.
And it's for them to get the best out of their reading. If they're going to sit there with their hands folded.
It's closed, isn't it? It's body language where you're like this.
That's a body language gone to start off with, isn't it? So then I'm sort of like, okay, we're in for a difficult one here. But usually I can get them to relax and open up. But it's the worst thing you can do is go to a medium and just not say anything. I
guess because they're being skeptical, aren't they? So they're thinking, I'm not going to give away too much because she might just be reading my body language, or she might just be picking up on certain things, or might have done my research. Like you could have gone away and done research or something. People think all sorts.
There was a myth years ago when I first started out, about 2012, maybe 11. People used to think I used to go to Facebook and find all their names and what it was. I haven't got the time.
I was about to say that. Yeah, you'd be, especially with your lives. How can you do that?
Exactly. So that was a myth a few years ago when psychics were getting the information off Facebook, which is sort of like, you just can't do that. You haven't got the time to start off with. But yeah, that's. I think the biggest one is I just want people to get the best out of their reading. Yeah. And if they're going to sit there closed off, they're not going to get the best. And they're going to leave and go, that wasn't what I expected it was. Yeah. But like I say, I do normally get them to calm down.
That's good, though.
And open up, which is good. And they only do that when you start giving them information that they know is right. So then they will relax. So
I guess because they're scared as well. Like
some people are terrified when they come in. Some people are shaking, which is... I try my best to calm them down, but they're sort of like they're nervous of what's going to be said.
So you're a bit like a therapist as well.
Definitely. and the other myth thing is that people always come and go, you're not going to tell me anything bad, are you? Like someone's going to die.
Yeah.
And I say, no, we have a responsibility. We can't tell you that.
Because there are people out there that supposedly do that.
Yeah, well, that would be terrible, wouldn't it? Because if I said to you, your father's going to die on the 13th of October, you're going to be waiting for the 13th of October to come along, and you're going to be in turmoil all that time. So no, we're not meant to do that.
Yeah. Do you get people to does spirit tell you things like that?
They do tell me, but I would never ever pass it on.
Yeah.
And I also have had a couple of people who have been poorly, very poorly, and they come to me and ask when they're crossing over.
Wow.
And I will not give them that date.
Yeah.
Because it's not my duty to do that. I would never put that on a person.
No, because then they'd be living life every day just thinking...
For that day to come along. Yeah. No, definitely not.
It's a big responsibility, your job.
It is a very big responsibility. Yeah.
But very rewarding.
It is. I love it.
Is there anything else that you'd want to talk about the medium side of things and your services as well?
I do the spiritual development. That's grown and grown over the years. So I teach spiritual development. Two beginners courses through each year.
Yeah.
And then I do a advanced course which is on every Monday.
Okay. And
that never stops. So what normally happens, if you do the basic course, then you come over to the advanced course, you see. Yeah. So the basic course is basically this through Zoom. And then we do the techniques, but because it's through Zoom, we go more into it. Yeah. If that makes sense than the book. And that's just ongoing. And then we get to the advanced one, and we connect more with deities then. Okay. Angels and deities rather than spirits. Simply to train the third eye to go that little bit more, that little more distance, should we say, into the spiritual planes. And that actually helps you connect more with your spirits. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the deities will help open a channel for you to go through, and then you can speak with spirit freely. So it all works, all the techniques work in the way of flexing this third eye, which is a muscle. It is a muscle. And the more it's flexed, the more it's used, the more you can see. Mm-hmm.
It's fascinating. It is fascinating.
And there's another thing is, there's a deity called, you would have heard of him, is the god called Horus. Now, if you look at Horus's eyes, the right side is the right side is the sun, the left eye is the moon. But if you look at Horus's eye, where it's like it's shaped up like that and goes round, and then there's a triangle. Yeah. In our brain, if we slice our brain in half, it's exactly the same thing.
Oh wow.
That blew my mind when I found that. Absolutely blew. So in our brain is Horus's eye. So Horus is the goddess, the god of the spiritual plane. He governs the sun and the moon. So he governs our plane and the spiritual plane.
It's fascinating.
It is.
It really is. I didn't know any of that. I've learned something new today.
See, you've learned that on my course.
Yeah. I need to attend that, don't I? It'd be interesting. Yeah. Oh, what's that? Oh, the card's jumped out.
Oh. Get it later. It's okay.
Do you want to pick it up?
You can do it.
Maybe there's a reason that it's...
I think it's for you.
Is it? Oh, there you go. There's a moment, everybody.
Career transition, everyone.
Wow, that's really... Isn't it, Tom?
Wow. There's something on the way for you, lady. Oh. And you need to face it and don't run from it like you want to normally.
Maybe I'm going to have a live reading here, aren't I?
Yeah.
That's interesting, though, isn't it? That's really weird how it just jumped out on the floor.
Guides.
Yeah.
And it'll be with you by February anyway. You'll know exactly what it is by February.
Oh, there you go. That's live on this now, isn't it? So we'll be coming back to that.
What have you done to me, Bernice?
I want to know what that is.
In turmoil.
It already is. But if somebody's listening to this right now and feels they may have a similar gift, what advice would you give them?
I would advise them to do the meditations, only small meditations to start off with. And within the meditations, ask your guide to step forward. Slowly get the energies from the guide so you understand it. Yeah. And then build the meditations higher just by 5 minutes each time.
Okay.
And the more you get closer to that guide, the more they will direct you. Also, your heart chakra, everyone thinks it's the crown and the third eye, but your heart chakra is your powerhouse. Okay, so that takes in all our emotions, everyone's emotions, life, animals, everything comes here. Yeah, your guide only speaks here, never here. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Up here is too confusing. We've got the ego, we've got ourselves, we've got a higher self. There's a lot going on in there. We've got everyone's thoughts, you know. So your guide always comes here. So I would say learn to center on your heart chakra. Once you've got that balanced and you feel that peace, then these two will connect more easier. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And by doing that, you'll become stronger.
It's interesting.
And just listen to your gut instinct.
Well, that's something that we all need to do more of, and I need to do that too.
How many times have you gone, I'm sure that's going to happen, but it'll be all right, we'll be fine. And then you come to that point and it's a car crash.
Yes.
And you think, why didn't I listen to myself?
Yeah.
Well, that's when your guide is saying to you, do not go down that path. Please don't go down that path. But we do like fools, don't we?
You live and you learn, don't you, through experience, but then sometimes that's not a good thing.
No, because your guide's behind you going, no, why have you done that?
Do you think that's like spirit can have an impact on that as well in life?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. They do try and guide us. They can't guide us as much as our guides can and our deities can, but they can try and show us what we need to do on our path, or they'll try and block a path if they know that it's not right for us, but they can't do as much as what a guide can.
So there's the good side, isn't there? But is there a negative side to spirit as well?
Absolutely. Everything has lightness and darkness in earth, in reality, in everything.
Yeah.
So you do have that negative side, and they can be negative spirits who have been negative in earth, those people that have harmed people, murderers, things like that. And then you have the demonic side, where you'll get things like the imps, where the imps are very much like sounds funny to say it, but do you remember seeing the old red devil with the little horns?
Yeah.
They're very similar to that, but they're not red, and they're only about this high, and they are mischievous, horrible little creatures.
Giving me goosebumps all this now. I'm like, it feels cold in here as well.
And they will cause confusion in your life completely. So imps often mimic people. So they will mimic people's voices. So sometimes if you think you've heard something and no one's in the room, but you think you can hear things, it's an imp.
That's interesting, because when you're in, like, for instance, I was in the kitchen the other day and I thought I heard my partner's voice and he wasn't even in the house. And I was like, where? I thought I was hearing things. So that could be something like that.
Yeah, it could be an imp. So imps cause confusion. They can cause bad luck. They can cause things to break down. Just so that confusion's in your life, because they like that dark energy.
Yeah.
Because when everything's going wrong in your life, we're dark, aren't we?
Yes.
And we just can't get out of that hole. So that's
spiral,
what
don't you?
Do. And we just need to send them back to where they came from.
I was just about to ask you, is there any advice? How would you do that?
They need to be binded, if that makes sense, and sent. So we would bind that energy and then remove it.
Okay. Does sage work with that?
It does.
I just thought I'd have to ask that.
It does, but you'd need a bit more than sage with an imp. Yeah, bit more than sage. White sage is good for negative spirits. It will clear them out. But with an imp, it's a bit more. I mean, they are a lower demonic. Yeah. They're not a higher demonic, but they are a lower one. But they do cause a lot of problem in people's lives.
See, I didn't know about that. I've learned something new. It's wow. It's amazing. Is there any other advice that you can think of that you might give somebody? Like, just say they want to go out and do this. Or I guess sign up to your course as well.
Join the course or read the book. Have a reading, see where you want to go. I've had many people come to me. One of my students, I'll explain that. I think people might understand that better. One of my students came to me 3 years ago. She's called Dana. And she was terrified when she came in. And she told me everything was going wrong in the house. And she told me things were rattling in drawers and places were banging and things like this. And I said to her, do you know why? And she said, no. I said, you're a medium. And she said, what do you mean? And I said, they're only trying to get your attention. They're not trying to frighten you. You have a gift. And after that, she signed up to the course and she did the basic course and she's still on the advanced course and she has turned into a fantastic medium. Wow. Very proud of her, I am.
Does she go out and do it herself now?
She comes along with me sometimes.
Okay.
And I do platform.
Yeah.
Psychic messages in churches or hotels. So she'll come with me sometimes to get that training, you know, but she's doing really well. And it just shows you can go through that fearful time.
Yeah.
And as long as you're guided and understood, you can come out and shine.
Yeah.
And I think we forget that. Like I said in the beginning, we forget how powerful we are.
We do.
You know, and we listen to other people too much. You should do this, you should do that. Why are you wearing this? Why are you wearing... It's nobody's business what you want to wear or how you have your hair or what you eat. Doesn't matter.
That's what I love about you as well. You've got this look about you and your image is so powerful, and you have that vibe about you where, you know, you own yourself and you show up, don't you? And I think it's amazing to feel that comfortable within yourself that you're just you.
Got to be, haven't you?
Yeah, and that's something I'm still learning through my life, and other people watching this will be too.
Yeah, of course. And it's a journey, life's a journey. But just enjoy every step. Even if it's bad, look for the light.
Definitely.
Because we all go through the bad. I've been through the bad so much. And most psychics have had really bad lives. That's how we're trained.
Yeah. It's to be empathetic, isn't it? And then to understand others.
Yeah. If we're not empathic, should I say, sorry, we can't help that person on their journey. So we have been through a lot of things to make us understand. Yeah. You know?
Oh, it's like, it's amazing. But finally then, so where can our listeners check you out and like find you?
Where I am.
Yeah, where are you?
So mostly on Facebook, so Psychic Bernice page. And then I have a Psychic Bernice private page. The two pages are different, so that the psychic group is more secluded to people, and the live one, which I use for my lives and just communicate on a daily basis, that's on Facebook. Yeah. And then I do have a website, which is Psychic Bernice Davies. So that again, Bernice, Psychic Medium Bernice Davies .co.uk.
We'll put a link as well in the description below, so anyone that's viewing this can.
So you can catch me there. You can catch me on Google. I'm on Google. I'm the top rating one on Google.
Wow, well done.
Which is good. Took time to get to that.
That's amazing, though. To be honest, I think you are one of the best round here. I'm not just saying that, but you can tell, and because we've been to Moonlight Magic as well, because you do events. We haven't even spoke about that today, but how do you find the events quickly before we...
I love the events, absolutely love them, but they're very draining. Yeah. The day after, I'm usually zonked the day after, which is understandable. And we've got one coming up on the 8th and 9th, which is 2 days. So I think I might have to take a week off after that, just to recover, I think.
It is hard, because even, I guess for you, going into a supermarket or something like that, you've got to learn to shut off. So in events like that, you've got hundreds of people passing by, and then you're giving readings. You must feel exhausted.
But you get people who come up to my stall and go, it's very calm here. It's very calm. That's because I put my protection all the way around me and all the way around my stall, so nothing can get to me.
That's amazing. So it's been fascinating getting to know you a bit more.
I've really enjoyed it. It's been
thank you.
Great. Thank you for having me.
Well, no, thank you so much. And
you're welcome.
Anybody watching this, if you're interested, go and check out Bernice Davies. And thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. So thank you so much. And bye, guys.